Okay, and now we have the facilitator tips for the practical application of the service module. So for number 3, when we're talking about identifying ways in which we would like to serve others more, you can have participants name the ways in which they would like to serve others more out loud, as well as the boundaries they would like to set for themselves to kind of help inspire ideas for other participants. Because it can be hard to figure out, like, with our busy schedules, what are some ways in which I could serve other people that maybe wouldn't be, um, taking away too much time from responsibilities and whatnot. When we're talking about any of the beliefs that we have that keep us from acting out of compassion, um, one thing you might run into is if participants bring up the issue of not wanting to help others sometimes due to not wanting to enable them, or because they judge them as like lazy or judge their mental state, substance use, etc. It would be good to have a discussion about how our judgment of others is a reflection of a judgment we have for ourselves or would have for ourselves in their shoes. For example, when we judge someone else as lazy without understanding their context, such as their state of mental and physical health and their trauma history, we are demonstrating a belief we have for ourselves that we must always be hardworking and be able to be fully functional no matter what kind of adversity we face, which obviously leads to self-judgment and shame when we are struggling. In general, if you haven't heard of it already, I highly recommend the book Laziness Does Not Exist. And if you want the too long didn't read version of that, there's a lot that goes into it. But essentially, people that are healthy in their body and healthy in their mind and healthy in their spirit, which is where we would all like to be, people that are in that state are not lazy, or whatever word you want to call it. We want to be doing things, right? We don't just want to sit around and do nothing. We are creative beings and we like to create and, go have fun and explore and work on things, right? It's just naturally how we're oriented. So when we don't want to do those things is when we're sick in some way, when we're out of balance, when we are exhausted, when we have mental health stuff going on, when we have substance use, which often comes from mental health problems and trauma, when our spirits have been beaten down, right? So if you look at someone and think, oh, they're just lazy, maybe try to think a little bit deeper about what might be going on with them underneath the surface that might make them not want to be creative or, work as much or whatever. So it's not a moral failing. It's just a societal issue that we face due to exhaustion and trauma and toxins that are they're causing us harm. All right. And then for participants that have service-oriented jobs, it's good to emphasize the importance of having gratitude, or importance of having gratitude for themselves for the work that they do, and also setting boundaries with their time as much as they can to be able to care for themselves so that they have the capacity to continue caring for others. You can discuss and normalize compassion fatigue and how taking time to focus on caring for the self is not selfish, but a necessary part of being able to be there for others in the long run.